Good morning. This is Esther Nadel here of Balance and Breathe. And I just about a quarter of an hour ago finished doing my morning practice. Now, my morning practice for the next year is about going back to the basics, back to learning about yoga again. I'm going back through this course, which is the step-by-step course that I did as part of my yoga teacher training. It's good to go back and be a beginner. Sometimes it's good to go back and learn how to do the things that you think you know how to do. For example, I'm a driver. I've been a driver now for 17 years, I think. If I was to try and pass my driving test now, I'm pretty sure I'd fail, because over the years I've picked up bad habits. And the same is true with your yoga practice, with anything that you do that you become competent at. You pick up bad habits, and you learn odd ways of doing things that aren't quite how you were taught, because you develop your own idiosyncratic ways of doing things. Now, this is particularly true of anything that we do with the body, because once we know how to do something with the body, we become unconscious of doing it. We don't put as much thought into it as we did when we were learning how to do it. Now, one of the things that we do on a very unconscious level, that we do every day, many, many, many times a day, is breathe. And we've never had to learn how to breathe. From the moment we came out of the womb, we knew how to breathe, because we just do. Our bodies do it. Our body takes care of breathing. It's governed by the nervous system. We don't have to put any thought into it. But when you do learn how to breathe, you do take the time to learn how to control your breath, how to breathe effectively, how to breathe deeply, how to breathe consciously, it can transform your life. It certainly transformed mine. When I learned to breathe, I was able to let go of stress. I was able to sleep after years of insomnia. I was able to manage emotions. I was able to deal with difficult situations. I was able to deal with stress. I was able to give up smoking. I was able to give up drinking, both of which I desperately needed to do. I've also been able to manage asthma better. I still have asthma. I still need my inhaler, but I'm able to manage my response to asthma a lot better, and I no longer panic about asthma anymore, because I know I'm not going to lose control completely, that I'm going to be okay. And so, whereas when I was younger and I didn't know how to control my breathing, that just knowing I didn't have my inhaler with me would set off an asthma attack. Now I'm able to breathe out any discomfort in my chest until I can get to a pump. So I've started learning to breathe again, and it's wonderful. It feels so good when you really get connected to your lungs, when you connect to your breath. It feels so wonderful to just breathe well. Until you actually do it, you have no idea how good a good deep breath can feel. So I'm right at the start of this again. I mean, I've done it all before, but I'm going through this book again, because I think when I did this for a year before, it changed my life completely, very, very dramatically. And so I'm interested to see what might happen after another year of doing this. For my yoga practice, I've taken a few weeks of this and I've put it all onto this, and I'm doing a bit of an extended practice. So instead of doing a few practices for a week and then moving on to the next, I'm doing sort of 6 weeks practices in one practice every day to really get the full benefit of it. But I really love to teach people to breathe. Hi, Anna. Lovely to see you. Hi, Beth. I really love to teach people to breathe. This is one of the things that I enjoy most of all about being a yoga teacher, because I know when somebody comes to me and they're stressed, or they're not sleeping, or they've got aches and pains, I know that if I can teach them to breathe, they're going to see a huge transformation. Pranayama, the yogic breathing, has been found to help with pain relief. It helps with stress. It helps with sleep. It helps with focus and concentration, which is another thing I'm really hoping I'm going to improve on, as I've recently discovered I have ADHD. So I'm really hoping that this is going to help me with this as well. It's really good for memory. It's been found to be good for people with in the early stages of Alzheimer's as well, which is really exciting, because if we can slow the decline of Alzheimer's down through teaching people better breathing, then that's going to change their lives. That's going to give them a whole new possible future with the progression of their Alzheimer's. We can slow that disease down, give them a bit more of their life. So teaching people to breathe just gives me so much joy. It seems like such a ridiculous thing to say. You need to learn to breathe when you've been doing it since you couldn't do anything else. You will breathe from the day you were born till the day you die. The first thing you do when you enter the world is take a breath, and the last thing you're ever going to do is breathe out. And I think that is, I love that a whole of life takes place between an inhalation and an exhalation, and what we can do between those two breaths is quite remarkable. And in learning how to breathe more effectively in all of the intervening breaths, we can learn to live more of life. When you can control your breath, you can control your emotions, you can control your response to life, you can control your tension, you can relax your body, and you can create energy where there is none. If you're feeling tired, if you're feeling weary during the day, you're having that post-lunch afternoon slump, if you spend a couple of minutes just breathing, it's going to give you a bit more energy. It's going to give you a bit more focus. So I would love to invite you to come and learn to breathe with me in a 5-week course that I'm beginning on the 19th of November, which is a week Monday. It's an online course, and it's going to be delivered through probably Zoom technology, so video conferencing technology. There's going to be it's a 5-week course during which I'm going to teach you the beginnings, the basic practices of improving the quality of your breathing, improving the strength of your lungs, and improving your lung capacity, so you're able to take deeper breaths. Because over the years, you will have learned how to use less of your lungs than you are capable of learning and of using. So in learning how to expand the capacity of your lungs, starting with the bottom part of your lung and then working up through the lung, increasing the whole capacity of the lung. I'm doing all sorts with my hands here. You can't see. But you can really improve the quality of your life when you learn to breathe. So this online course that I'm offering, that I would like you to invite you to join me in, is called The Breathing Space, which is also the name of the new podcast I'm currently creating. And it is, as I said, it's a 5-week online course. There's going to be one live class every week. And then you'll have access to that video so that you can practice that whenever you want. There's going to be downloadable MP3s of relaxations that you can use to help you to embed that breathing exercises to help you sleep at night. There's going to be a private Facebook group where you can speak to me, where we can learn from one another, where you can join the people who are in the class with you. And there's going to be a workbook, a journal, reflection, gratitude kind of journal that you can keep to record your practice, you record your growth, you record your observations through the 5 weeks. You will have access to the materials for at least 6 months after the course is finished. And it starts next week. No, it doesn't. It starts a week Monday. There's until Wednesday of next week, I believe it is. Yeah, until Wednesday of next week, there's an early bird offer. So the full price of the course is £97. But if you book before the 14th of November, you can get that for £67 for a 5-week course where I'm going to teach you how to breathe, how to control your emotions, and how to live a better life. So I hope that I'll see you in the breathing space. Have a beautiful Saturday, and ask me any questions that you might have. Namaste.